sir? Cause of Deluxe on the way. I ain't doing no plan. What's out?
Send mine, 10 diamonds legit, you see the rearrange. Acetone finish, ether base crystal, smell like propane. In the two rapper with eagle stamps, we in the dope game. Interstate traffic compartment compacted with Colgate. Shout out the ones that Big Sandy standing on their own name. General population, the gangster hold his own way. Order a load, cartel boats, and you them whole thing. Emerald cut skeleton, they be distributing cocaine. Start for the law, seeking a loss for a Guinness. Corner bricks spitting on park car in the parking lot of Piccadilly. Blood getting spilled, Winfield family members, no hospital visits. Laid at a lake, Earl K. Long, Mid-City, Baton Rouge General. Corn got charged even with apartments, wasn't personal, it just business. Picked up on murder charges, I stood tall, got no conviction. Jump out my Honda, holler at WAP whenever I'm in Zion City. Long live bleeder, he got killed and had the tricks in they feelings. Big brother, that FaceTime, I ran it with him, he a real little nigga. Glorious death, these the consequences when you live how we live. I done got blackball, got a trap house inside to the trenches. Getting off hair roll, digiclock blizzards and a box of syringes. Nowadays it's 60 rounds and everybody playing switches. 8, but back then it was Glocks with extensions. Know how to lay, spin your block, then hop out with attention. Up in rank, he who play back get dropped, I'm a sentence. Kevin Gates, they know my name, but it's unpopular to mention. Stood in my power, I am powerful and I'm not finished. Flying high, but I look low, I got binocular vision. Victoria accepting me for me when I wasn't hiding in the city. Garden Lane with Chicago, making it lock in the kitchen. Miss wanna keep the residue and wash the pots in the dishes. Lead the work okay, you made them post up on Aliquip. Showed me that paperwork in jail, it broke my heart about slim. When I came home, that black and white on bones, everything in. Standing 10 toes in the paint, I remain without blemish. All out of love, who can I trust? I done got swim without me. More guy that died, I died inside this, I can't block from my memory. Mine left me out here by myself while I was in prison. My heart so hurt, I hold back tears whenever I look at his children. I feel like everybody guilty, they won't tell me who did it. They keeping secrets, I crash this bitch right now if you tell me. I don't smoke, I pack, so make fun of disrespect the dead. I tried to kill myself before bullets still lost inside my head. I used to think of ways to die whenever I got out my bed. La ilaha illallah, I fear Allah and I ain't scared.
Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. Astaghfirullah. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, as always, Miguel Magallon. And as always, President, Founder, CEO of Magallon Entertainment. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the podcast. And tonight, ladies and gentlemen, I want to talk about the murder that we just fucking witnessed. Tonight, ladies and gentlemen, I want to talk about the death and destruction that we just saw with our own fucking eyes. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight, I want to talk about the murder that just occurred on Wall Street. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, you already know what time it is on the podcast. When I'm about to teach you some shit, when I'm about to educate you on shit, when I'm about to tell you the truth about shit, you already know what to fucking do, soldiers. Ladies and gentlemen, get the pen in the pad, get the pen in the pad, get the pen and the motherfucking pad! And let us begin. So, I don't know if you guys saw the markets today. You know, I know if you're an investor, you probably did. But if you guys weren't paying attention today, you know, you were busy, you had things to do, you had things, you know, you had to take care of or whatnot. No big deal. But in case you fucking missed it, ladies and gentlemen, this fucking market got destroyed today. This fucking market got fucking murdered today. This fucking market got smoked today. Ladies and gentlemen, Wall Street finally got the fucking message. Ladies and gentlemen, yesterday, Jerome Powell, chairman of the Federal fucking Reserve, came out and he reminded the markets, he reminded the CEOs, He reminded the pension fund managers. He reminded the retirement fund managers. He reminded everyone in the fucking world, every asset class manager, every mutual fund manager, every index fund manager, every CEO, every supervisor, every HR team. He reminded every small business owner in America. He once again put the world on fucking notice that they are not going to pause anytime soon. That they are not going to fucking pivot anytime soon. What he told the entire world last night was that they are going to continue to keep raising interest rates, which means you are going to continue to see more and more jobs get destroyed. You're going to continue to see more and more people get their hours cut back at work. And you're going to continue to see more and more death and destruction across the fucking economy. Ladies and gentlemen, they are not fucking stopping. Ladies and gentlemen, they're barely even slowing down. Ladies and gentlemen, they are not going to stop punching the bulls in the fucking face over and over and over again until they all fucking die. Ladies and gentlemen, we are nowhere near the bottom. We are nowhere near the end. We are nowhere near the fucking finish line. Motherfuckers, we aren't even close to the halfway point yet. He's still not done whooping your fucking ass. Ladies and gentlemen, this market continues to crash. Ladies and gentlemen, this economy continues to crash. Ladies and gentlemen, the world will continue to fucking burn. Ladies and gentlemen, it's not over. This Federal Reserve is going to keep nuking the economy with higher and higher interest rates. And let me tell you right now, you haven't even begun to fucking feel it yet. He hasn't even begun to show you the true fucking power of higher interest rates. Now, why do I say that? Why do I say that you haven't even begun to feel it yet? Easy. Because ask any economist in the world, literally any economist in the world, it's, economic, fact by now, that when a Federal Reserve of any nation, any central bank in the world raises interest rates in their economy, you actually don't see the full impact of those interest rates for about 6 to 9 months. So when they raise interest rates, there is an initial impact of those interest rate hikes, but the majority of the impact from those higher interest rates aren't actually felt all at once. You feel about half of the impact initially, and then the other half filters its way through the economy over the next 6 to 9 months, which means we have felt less than half of the full impact of all the rate hikes they've done in the last 6 months. But the other half of the impact, we haven't even begun to feel yet. Which means all the interest rate hikes they did in June, all the interest rate hikes they did in July, everything they did in August, September, October, November, and now in December, all of those interest rate hikes, you've barely even begun to feel them yet. Which means companies have barely begun to feel them yet. Which means as they start to filter and work their way through the economy more and more, these small businesses are going to have to start reacting quicker and quicker, faster and faster, and more dramatically. And that is why we keep telling you here on this fucking podcast at Magallon Entertainment that these small business owners, these CEOs, these corporate 500 companies, they're already starting to plan the layoffs for fucking January, February, and March. And then when they're done doing that, they're going to start planning layoffs for June, July, and August. So I told you were going to see nationwide layoffs in September. And guess what? They fucking did. It fucking happened. Then I told you were going to see more nationwide layoffs in November. And you said, no way that's going to happen. It's the holiday season, General. They would never lay off people right before Christmas. And guess what? It fucking happened. And now, once again, I'm back on the podcast tonight, just like I did last night, just like I did last week, and just like I did last month, and just like I did the month before that, and just like I did the month before that. And I am telling you, in January and in February, you are going to see the most gigantic wave of nationwide layoffs you've seen in the last 25 years. In a time span of 2.5 months between January, February, and maybe early March, you are going to see in 2.5 months the most gigantic, massive wave of nationwide layoffs that you've seen in the last 25 fucking years. It is going to be gigantic. It is going to be biblical, and it is going to be fucking insane. The amount of layoffs that have already been planned, already been scheduled, but your bitch ass supervisor didn't tell you about because he was told not to say anything. He was told to keep his fucking mouth shut. Those layoffs are going to be announced in the first 8 weeks of fucking January and February, the first 8 weeks of 2023, the first 8 weeks of next year. It is going to be gigantic. It is going to be massive. It is going to be biblical. Ladies and gentlemen, you think you have job security. No, you fucking don't. And a lot of you are going to find this out the hard way in January, February, and March. Ladies and gentlemen, the U.S. economy is barely starting to feel all of these rate hikes. They felt the initial impact, but they haven't felt the full impact, which means you're going to continue to see more job cuts, which means you're going to see more hours get cut, and which means you're going to continue to see more shifts get cut. And ladies and gentlemen, it is just beginning. It is just getting started. We are nowhere near done. We are nowhere near finished. We're not even at the halfway point. Now, some of you guys have been emailing me over the last 24 hours and asking me, yo, General, why do they keep taking everyone's jobs away? Why do I feel like my supervisor's going to cut my hours again? Why do I feel like everyone's in trouble? Why do I feel like they just keep destroying us and hurting us? Why? Why are they doing this? What's the point of all this? How does this help inflation? Because I told you last night, guys, and I'll tell you again. Gas prices were high. Well, guess what? If I bankrupt all the construction companies, are they high anymore? No. Oh, food costs are high. Rent prices are high. This price is high. That's expensive. This is expensive. That other thing's expensive. But if you take away people's jobs and you take away their money to buy things, well, then guess what? There's not as many people left to buy it, right? So if no one's left to buy it, then is there really a bidding war anymore? You guys see my point? That's like when you go to eBay or an auction, right? You ever go to like one of those car auctions, or you go to like an eBay site and you try to buy something and you see like there's 30 people bidding on it? What do you think happens to the price of something when there's 300 people bidding on it? It goes really fucking high, doesn't it? Right? But what do you think happens to the price of that when there's only one person bidding on it? It goes really fucking low, because then people start to lowball you, don't they? Same thing you saw in housing and real estate. When mortgage rates were sub 3%, what happened to the price of houses? What happened to the price of people's homes on the market? They exploded. They skyrocketed. They fucking went nuclear in this motherfucker, didn't they? Right? But why were houses so expensive, and why were they fucking appreciating at 10, 20, 30%? And every market's different, but houses for the most part across the country, homes for the most part across America, they were skyrocketing in appreciation and value, right? But why did that happen in 2021? Because mortgage rates were sub 3%, and all of a sudden, it felt like every home had like 300 potential buyers, right? At least that's the way it felt. And that's why you guys would listen to the podcast with me and Sherwin and me and Vegas Paul, and you guys would get mad in 2020, you guys would get mad in 2021, and you guys would even get mad in early 2022, and you would be like, yo, General, it's not fair. It's not fair. Me and my wife are trying to buy a house for our family. We're trying to buy a house to raise our kids. We're trying to buy a house so we can move out of my parents' house. We're trying to buy a house so we can start a new life together. We're trying to buy a house so we can finally move out of this shit show. But it's not fair, General. I'm like, why? ¿Qué pasó? Why is it not fair? Because, General, every time we try to buy a house, there's always like 20, 30 people bidding on it. There's all these people who are trying to buy the house too. And it's not fair because they have more cash than us. And they have more better credit than us. And they have more resources than us. And we can only put like 10,000 down. And they're over here putting like 80,000 down. And another guy put like 200,000 down because he rolled over his equity from his current home. And he's rolling over that equity onto this property. So he's basically putting 200,000 $100,000 down. It's not fair, General. It's not fair. I'm tired of living with my parents. I'm tired of living at home. I'm tired of living here. I want to move out. I want to get my own house. It's not fair, General. It's not fair. Meh, meh. Like little fucking pendejas. And I'm over here looking at you like, bro, who the fuck said life was fair? Who the fuck told you that it was going to be okay? Who the fuck told you it's rainbows and unicorns on the battlefield? Who the fuck told you life was going to be easy? Who the fuck told your stupid ass that things were going to be fucking easy? Who said that to you? Nobody ever. So I'm just telling you the way the war zone fucking is, not the way it should be. And the way it is on the battlefield, the way it is in the trenches, the way it is on the fucking war zone is in an environment where mortgage rates were sub 3% for damn near 2.5 years. Well, guess what do you think happens to the price of homes? They skyrocket. Why do they skyrocket? Because now there's more buyers on the market than there ever were before. So instead of 4 or 5 people bidding on a home, now you got 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 200, 300 people bidding on a fucking home. Did you guys see the real estate market in LA back in 2021? Did you guys see San Diego back in 2021? Did you see San Francisco back in 2021? Did you see Las Vegas back in 2021? Did you guys see the fucking war zone back then? I did. Because I was talking to over 100 real estate agents at that time. And then the next thing you know, I had 200 real estate agents. Then I had 300 real estate agents. Then I had 400 real estate agents. Then last year I had 500 real estate agents. And now, right now, while I record this podcast, I have almost 900 real estate agents. I have almost 900 real estate agents on my phone right now. Every city, every market, every state, and even in different countries. I talk to all of these motherfuckers. And they'll tell you, prior to the pandemic, some markets had 4 or 5 buyers per property. Other markets had 10, 15 buyers per property. And in some markets, they even went up to 20 buyers per property. But 2020, 2021, sub 3% mortgage rates? Sheesh, no mames. That's when you were getting 30, 40, 50, 60 buyers per property. It's just like an auction. It's just like eBay. What do you think happens to the price of something when there's fucking 100 buyers and there's only one thing being sold? What do you think happens to the price of the thing being sold? It skyrockets. Because then the only thing that matters is what's the most amount of money that the richest person is willing to pay. And that's what you saw in housing. And I think that's what frustrated so many of you back in 2020 and 2021 is you guys were trying to buy a house because mortgage rates were cheap. And all of a sudden you can qualify for a jumbo home loan for 4, 5, 6, 7, 800, 900,000. And everyone's like, oh my gosh, look how much money they're going to approve us for. Oh my gosh, babe, they gave us like 600,000. Let's go buy a house. I don't want to live here anymore. I don't want to live with your mom. I don't want to be here no more. Let's go. Let's get a house. They gave us like 600,000. And you're like, yeah, let's go get a house. Let's go get a fat ass crib, babe. Yeah. And then you guys went out and then all of a sudden you found a house and you were like, oh, that's the one right there. Look at that shit. Got the pool in the back. Got the nice front yard, nice backyard. Got 4 or 5 rooms. You know what I mean? All of a sudden the kids can have their own room. Shit, might fuck around, get you pregnant, pop out another one since now we got extra rooms. Shit. Then all of a sudden you walk to the front door and you call the agent and you're like, yeah, let me go to that open house, yo. Me and my girl trying to get this. This is what we need. 4 or 5 bedrooms, pool in the back, jacuzzi, shit. Got a nice yard, nice neighborhood, nice community. ¿Sabes qué? It's where the rich people live. Hell yeah, bro. I fucking made it now, dog. I fucking made it, bro. Fuck yeah. And all of a sudden you go to that fucking open house. How many people you see in the front? How long you think that line be? How many cars you see fucking lined around the fucking block? 30 deep, 40 deep, 50 deep, 60 deep. Your ass is waiting in fucking line around the fucking corner. How many people you think bid on that house? How many people you think put an offer on the house? How many offers you think the owner got? Do you really think you offered the most money? Do you really think you offered the most favorable terms? Do you think your real estate agent knows the sell side the best and has that relationship where they can get you in through the door better than the other agents can? So if you don't have the best real estate agent representing you, and you don't have the most money representing you, and you don't have the most favorable terms representing you, you really think you're going to get the keys to that house? You really think you're going to get the keys to that fucking place? You really think you're about to get that fucking offer accepted? Nah. You ain't getting shit. You're going to get a rejection letter just like everyone fucking else. And that's the fucking problem. And so now the Fed comes out and he said, oh, okay, you know what? We let this shit go for a while. Because, the pandemic and lockdowns and everyone thought we were going to die and this and that and, vaccine this, vaccine that, wear a fucking mask. Now it doesn't fucking matter anymore because now the only reason people wear masks is so they can rob the fucking stores now. Go fucking figure. Who the fuck saw that coming? Yeah, no big deal, right? So now the Fed wants to reverse course. He told us this at the beginning of the year. He told us this shit at the end of fucking 2021. 2 years ago, he told us he was going to do this. 2 fucking years ago, he told us he was going to do this. And he said, yo, guys, I'm going to start raising interest rates again. We dropped them down to fucking damn near zero because of COVID and lockdowns and the pandemic. We didn't want the stock market to crash. We didn't want the housing market to crash. We didn't want all these asset classes to crash because then the entire fucking economy was going to crash. So, we dropped interest rates and mortgage rates and did everything damn near zero. So when that happens, what do you think happens to the price of fucking houses? It goes up. What do you think happens to the price of Bitcoin? It goes up. That's kind of why I was telling you to buy it back in 2020 when it was like 5,000. No big deal. But Bitcoin goes up, crypto goes up, stocks go up, stonks go up, meme stocks go up, SPACs go up, penny stocks go up, everything fucking goes up, right? Even your fucking bitch ass paychecks went up. Everyone's going up, right? Cool. Well, now the pandemic is quote unquote over, or at the very least we just don't talk about it anymore, right? No big deal, right? And now all of a sudden, the Fed's like, you know what? Things went up a lot. Things went up kind of like too much. I get it. We did what we have to do to save the market, save housing, save crypto, save Bitcoin, save stocks, save 401ks and pension plans and pension funds and retirement accounts and index funds and mutual funds. We did what we had to do. We did our fucking job. But ¿sabes qué? That time's over, bro. We're going into 2022 now, and I just want to let y'all fucking know now, we're going to start raising these interest rates because, ¿sabes qué? Things have gotten really expensive over the last 2 years. And I know you guys haven't really noticed it. I know you guys don't really feel it that much because right now you're getting all this fucking stimulus and boosted unemployment and child tax credits. So you guys haven't really noticed that things are going up in prices because when every single month the government is giving you a direct deposit every single fucking month for all your fucking oopsie babies and all this stimulus and all this boosted shit, right? You guys didn't really notice it. Like you probably maybe noticed it or you just didn't care because you were like, I'm good. I'm going to get that direct deposit in like 2-3 days, 4 days from now. It ain't nothing, right? So a lot of people, they changed up their mentality. They changed up their spending habits. They changed up their spending behaviors, right? Consumer spending patterns started to change. Consumer psychology started to change. Everything started to change up. And you saw motherfuckers, they changed up. You gave them a little bit of money, and guess what happened? Want to act like they fucking Drake and shit out here talking about Beamer, Benz, or Bentley, even though they're still living with their mom. But you saw people's attitudes change. You saw people's mentalities change. You saw people's little habits change. Their attitudes start to change. You know what I mean? How all of a sudden they think they could walk around with a swag now because they know they got that direct deposit coming in 2-3 weeks. So now all of a sudden, you know what I mean? They think they're a little fresh now, right? You guys remember? For some of you listening tonight, that shit was you, So, and don't pretend it wasn't. You know who the fuck you are, America. You know who the fuck you is. So that all changed. And then the Fed comes out late 2021 and says, look, I just want to let y'all know right here, right the fuck now, that next year, we going to change this shit. Next year, Oh, yeah, next year I'm going to get that shit back. I'm going to get that money back. I just want y'all to know next year we're raising interest rates. Next year we're raising mortgage rates. Next year I'm getting that fucking check back. So y'all have fun right now. But come next year, I'm coming for that ass. And we said, all right. And a lot of investors, they just didn't give a fuck. A lot of fucking American consumers, they didn't care. Why didn't we care? Because they said, well, doesn't even matter if they come for us, bro. Want to know why? Because we're invested in the future. We're invested in what's going to happen in the future. So it don't matter if they fucking raise rates. It don't matter if they try to kill stocks. Because guess what? I know where it's going to be 5 years from now, no matter what they do next year, dog. So we going to be okay because I'm invested in the future, bro. I'm invested in lithium. I'm invested in rare earth. I'm invested in Tesla. I'm invested in Apple. I'm invested in Amazon. I'm invested in Bitcoin. I'm invested in fucking GameStop, bro. You know, I'm invested in fucking AMC, dog. I roll with the apes, bro. You know, I'm in fucking Dogecoin. I roll with Elon, bro. Ain't nothing they could do about that. It's the future, bro. Well, guess what? It wasn't wrong. It is the future. I mean, is Amazon going bankrupt? No. Is Apple going bankrupt? Fuck no. Is Google going out of business? Are you fucking serious? Is Microsoft going to go out of business? Are you fucking kidding me? You know what I mean? Is Bitcoin going to zero? No mames. Right? Like, were you wrong? No. I mean, GameStop, AMC, yeah, I told you fucking turd burglars not to fucking invest in that shit, but you guys didn't want to listen to me. You know, when it was going up, you called me a dumbass. Then when it goes down, you're like, fuck, I should have listened. You know how that shit goes. But the point is, right? When you're invested in certain companies or certain things, it doesn't matter if it's Apple or Microsoft or Google. And by the way, you guys, keep wondering, like, right now, I don't own Apple. I don't own Amazon. I don't own Microsoft. I don't own Google. I sold Facebook like 2 years ago. I'm not invested in Netflix, right? But you guys wonder why I keep bringing up those stocks. The reason I keep bringing up those stocks is because you guys keep bringing up the fact that charging station stocks are down 50%. And then you're like, how are they down 50% if it's the future, bro? Well, first off, don't act like it's only charging stations who are down 50%. Apple's down like 30%. Tesla's down like 70%. Google and Microsoft are down 50, 60%. Facebook's down like 65%. So it's every stock is down, not just the ones I told you to buy. So first off, get the fuck out of here with that shit. But the second thing is, that's because that's what the Fed wants. He believes that if he can get everything to go down in value, then all of a sudden, hopefully, you stop spending money. Hopefully, you come out of retirement. Hopefully, you go back to fucking work. And guess what? He's not going to stop until you do. So yeah, it's the future. Charging stations, we all know, are going to be over $100 each stock in the future. We all know Bitcoin's headed to the millions. We all know Apple's not going anywhere. We know Amazon's not going to go bankrupt. We know Microsoft's not going out of business. We know Google's not going to go fucking bankrupt anytime soon either, right? Like, we all know this, right? But that's the future. What we're talking about is right here, right now. Right now. And right now, the Federal Reserve is pissed because a lot of people made a lot of money in 2020, 2021. They got they got a bag. A lot of people got rich as fuck. A lot of people got paid. A lot of people started stacking 6, 7, 8 figures. And a lot of people made a lot of fucking money in 2020 and 2021. And you guys saw it on YouTube, on Facebook, on Instagram, on Twitter, on Snapchat. You guys saw it. How many people did you see during the pandemic and even last year in 2021 that were invested in all these meme stocks and all these shit coins and altcoins and cryptos and investing in this and investing in that? How many people do you know that made 10,000, 20,000, 30,000, 40,000, 50,000, 100,000, 200,000, 600,000, 900,000? There were a lot of people getting motherfucking paid the last 2 years. And you want to know what happens when someone gets paid? They switch up. All of a sudden, they don't want to work no more. All of a sudden, they don't want to work for their bitch ass supervisor. All of a sudden, they don't want to do a monthly budget. All of a sudden, they want to go out to the nice restaurant. All of a sudden, they want to go here. All of a sudden, they want to go there. All of a sudden, they want to go everywhere. All of a sudden, they want the nice things in life. They want to live in the upper room, right? They want to live on the Upper West Side where all their friends live. And guess what? They don't want to work no more. So there was a lot of people in 2020 and 2021 that made a fuck ton of money. They left the workforce and they started living their best fucking life. Right? Well, now the Fed comes back and he's like, hey, motherfuckers, there's a lot of jobs out here and y'all motherfuckers don't want to do them. The fuck? Your ass better come back to McDonald's. Your ass better come back to Burger King. Your ass better come back to fucking Subway. Your ass better come back to fucking Walmart. Your ass better come back to work. And what did a lot of these people in the first half of the year say? No, I don't want to go. I don't want to go back. No, I'm invested in Dogecoin. I'm invested in Facebook. I'm invested in Apple. I'm invested in Bitcoin. I'm invested in Ethereum. I'm invested in Cardano. I'm invested in this. I'm invested in that. I'm invested in GameStop. I'm invested in AMC. I roll with the apes, dog. No, I don't want to go back. No, I don't want to go back. I don't want to go back to work. They don't treat me fairly. They're mean to me. And they talk shit behind my back. And they treat me like shit. And they're always talking shit. I hate working there. I hate that bitch-ass supervisor. Bitch-ass motherfucker. They don't want to go back to work. But why do they have the luxury of being able to stay home? Because they made a lot of money in stocks. They made a lot of money in crypto. They made a lot of money in SPACs. They made a lot of money in penny stocks. They made a lot of money in NFTs and all the pictures of the stupid ass monkeys. Remember that shit when NFTs were like selling for $300,000? No mames. They made a lot of fucking money in investing, right? A lot of you guys spent all your stimulus, but then there was a lot of people who invested their stimulus. Guess who went back to work first? The ones who invested or the ones who spent it? Guess who went back to work at Burger King? The ones who spent it. I hope they enjoyed it. Most people just spent all their stimulus on fucking blunts, hoes, and modelos, you know what I mean? And then there was the part of Americans that said, nah, bro, I'm going to invest this shit. And guess what happens to those people who invested it? They invested in stocks and crypto and memes and NFTs and whatever the fuck they put their money into. And guess what happened? They made money. They made a lot of money, right? Again, 2020, our portfolios went up 981% in 1 year. That's part of the reason I have 100,000 subscribers listening to me across the country and around the world today. Because in 2020, we made over 981% on our portfolios in 1 fucking year. Right? So between 2020 and 2021, we were all making money. We were all making bank. We was all getting paid up in this motherfucker. And then last year, I'm not going to lie, last year, regular subscribers made money, depending when they jumped on the podcast. But most regular subscribers didn't make that much money. Last year, the only ones who really made bank were who? Motherfucking VIPs. That's fucking who. Because the VIPs got all my swing trades. The VIPs got all my momentum trades. The VIPs got all my fucking, all the fucking momentum and day trades and swing trades. The VIP got all the exclusive plays. Right? So last year, regular subscribers made money. Right? If they listened and did exactly what I told them to when I told them to, then yeah, regular subscribers still made money last year. But the ones who made the most money were VIPs, right? Again, the ones who listened and did exactly what I told them to. But 2020, that shit was magical. 2020, that shit was fucking delicious. 2020, that shit was fucking biblical, right? 981% in 1 year. Ladies and gentlemen, we 10x'd our portfolios in 1 fucking year. So what happens to those people who use their stimulus to invest it instead of spending it on raggedy ass hoes, boats, and modelos, right? What happened to the ones who invested it? They 10x their money with me. And then if they became a VIP subscriber like I told them to, guess what? They made even more money last year too. And all they did was started stacking and stacking and stacking and stacking and getting interest on the interest on the interest on the motherfucking interest. Well, guess what? Those people, they didn't go back to work anytime soon this year. Nah, the ones who went back to work were the ones who never invested their stimulus checks to begin with. The ones who were fucking out there spending it on stupid shit. Right? And so guess what? They went back to work quick, fast, and in a hurry. Because they didn't have any investments to fall back on. But the ones who were investing, right? Investing in the future, those are the ones who were able to basically hold the line for the better part of this year. And they said, nah, I'm not going back to work, bro. Fuck you, dog. I'm not going to that bitch-ass job. I'm not going to work for that bitch-ass supervisor. I'm not going to work for that bitch-ass company. The general already told me the truth. They don't care about me. They don't care about my family. They don't care about my goals in life. They don't care about my financial future. They don't care if I'm fucking successful or not. They don't give a fuck if I make it or not. They don't care if I live or die or not. All they care is that I show up to work on Monday morning at 4 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 8 o'clock a.m., start working at 6, 7, 8, 9 a.m., and all they want me to do is just shut the fuck up and do what I'm told. They don't give a fuck about me and my fucking future, dog. All I am is a fucking employee number. That's what the general taught me. These motherfuckers don't care about me. They'll lay me off in a heartbeat. These bitches are savages. They don't give a fuck about me. Right? So therefore, I'm not going to give a fuck about them. I still got money in my portfolio. I ain't going back to work. Fuck these little bitches, bro. So a lot of people refuse to go back to work because they know they're invested in the future. They still got money in their portfolios. They don't want to go back. Right? Because they made a lot of fucking money. And again, you guys know these people. You guys all know people in your life that made a lot of money in the last 2 years, whether it was GameStop or AMC or NFTs or cryptos or this or all the fucking stupid short squeezes. You guys know a lot of people in your life who made a lot of money, whether it was Dogecoin or Shibu or Santa Coin or Devil Coin or Elon Coin. You guys remember those days? Right? Back in 2020, 21. Y'all remember that shit? I know it feels like a long ass time ago, but y'all remember that shit. Motherfuckers were getting paid. Motherfuckers made a lot of fucking money on that stupid shit. A lot of fucking money. Right? And then they try to talk to you at work and press you and be like, oh, you got to invest in this shit, dog. There's this thing and this other thing. And I made 30 grand on this thing and 40 grand on this other thing and 50 grand on that other thing over there. You got to buy this and you got to buy that. And then you were over there probably listening to them like, I don't know, bro. That shit looks sketchy, dog. Right? Guess what? Motherfuckers made a lot of money on that. And guess what? Because they made a lot of money, they didn't want to go back to fucking McDonald's. They didn't want to go back to Burger King. They didn't want to go back to Jack in the Box. They didn't want to go back to working in construction. Fuck no. With that bitch-ass supervisor at that bitch-ass company. Fuck no. Right? So do you blame them, America? No, I don't blame them. I understand. Right? Because again, a lot of you guys work for some bitch-ass supervisors at some bitch-ass companies. So I understand if you made a lot of money on crypto or NFTs or meme stocks or Dogecoin or Elon Coin or Shibu, whatever the fuck that bullshit be. If you made 30, 40, 50, 100, 200, 300, 400, 800, 900 grand, you really think these motherfuckers going to go back to work anytime soon? Fuck no. But then all of a sudden the Fed looks at that and says, oh yeah, bitch? Oh yeah? Why don't you want to go back to work? Everyone else is going back to work. Yeah, Fed, but you want to know why, Jay Powell? Because those motherfuckers didn't invest. Those motherfuckers didn't listen to the general. Those motherfuckers weren't putting their money to work for them. Those motherfuckers are the ones that got all that stimulus and child tax credit for their oopsie babies, and all they did was want to party and bullshit and party and bullshit. Well, those motherfuckers can go back to work. They can go back working on their hands and knees. They can go back to construction. They can go back to truck driving. They can go back to all that stupid ass other shit. Now, fuck that. They can go back because they had a choice. They can either party and bullshit or they can invest and stack. I chose to invest and stack. I ride with the fucking general. Those bitches, nah, they just want to spend that money on dumb shit every fucking weekend. And I told them to invest in it, but they didn't want to fucking listen. So those bitches can go back before me. Those bitches can go back before I do. Those bitches can go back to work. Fucking construction and Jack in the Box and Subway and welcome to Fat Burger King to take your order. They can go back to doing that shit. Now fuck that shit, dog. I did what I'm supposed to do, Fed. I did me. I invested. I bought the dips back then. I'm straight now. I don't need that shit. Fuck no, dog. I ain't going back. I ain't going back. You could tell Felicia's bitch ass I said that too. I ain't going back. Right? Well, the Fed listened, right? Raise some interest rates. Raise some interest rates again. Raise some interest rates again. And now they're looking around. They're like, damn. They're looking at all the people that went back to work. Right? Now that boosted unemployment's over. Remember that bullshit. That's why nobody wanted to go back to work to begin with. It's not because jobs weren't hiring. It's not because companies weren't hiring. It's not because your supervisor wasn't trying to look for your bitch ass. It's because when you're getting paid more not to work than you were getting paid to actually work, how many people are really going to answer their fucking phone when their supervisor's like, hey, cabron, hey, I need you Monday, 4 o'clock. Better be here, bro. If not, I'm going to look for someone else, dog. All of a sudden you're over there like, eh? Wrong number. No, Juanito. No, he not here. You know? Motherfuckers was doing the Matrix on their supervisors. Like, what? Changing phone numbers, changing emails, changing addresses. Motherfuckers were trying to change lives. They were acting like, nah, bro, that ain't me no more, dog. That ain't me. Government's paying me more not to go back to work. Nah, fuck that shit, dog. I don't know you. Y'all remember that shit, right? So you got this fucking Fed, right? He's like, all right, I'm going to raise some interest rates. Then I'm going to raise some interest rates again. And then guess what? The government, no more child tax credit, no more stimulus, no more Biden checks, no more Papa Trump checks, no more boosted unemployment checks. And guess what? Everything's at a 40-year high. So those people who didn't invest, those people that didn't have any money to fall back on because they never bought the dips for the last 2-3 years, well, guess what? They're like, fuck, man. And the rent's going up? No mames, fuck, I guess, bro. Fuck, gotta go back, man. Fuck, I don't want to go back, but fuck, my girl's bitching, talking about baby ain't got no diapers, and we need more formula, and the store we ran out of formula, now Walmart doesn't have formula, because there's a pinche shortage and a pinche shortage, and I need baby wipes, I need this, I gotta get groceries, my mom's bitching when I'm gonna help her out with the rent. My girl wants to buy a house, and then she needs a new car, and then this, and then that, and I owe this fucking puto money, and the general's asking me when I'm gonna sign up for VIP and not be a bitch, and the other homie, I owe him money too. Fuck, man. Ain't no more stimulus coming, bro. None. Like, not even a little bit. No stimulus at all. Fuck, bro. How much we got left? Nothing? Damn, how come we ain't got no money left? Oh, because we spent it? That shit was fun, though, man. We had a barbecue every weekend, smoking out with the homies and toking, and well, yeah, fun, bro, but fuck, now I gotta go back. I ain't got no more money in saving, and my girl's mad because we spent all the money, and I told her we were gonna save it, but we didn't really save it, and she said it's not even ours, it's for the kids, the child tax and the beach and child tax, but we didn't really, save it. I ended up buying some shit that I don't really need, but it sounded fun at the time, and now she's mad, and she's tripping on me because we didn't really save all that money we said we were gonna save, and we didn't really fix our credit, so we can't even qualify for a home loan. Fuck. I guess I'll go back. Let me call this bitch ass supervisor, see if he still needs me. And so those people went back to work fast, quick, fast, in a fucking hurry back in January, February, March. They went back to work real fucking quick, fast, right? But the investors, they didn't want to go back. The investors were like, nah, bro, not me. I ain't going back. Because I fucking ride with the general. I bought the dips. I was stacking shit. And I didn't jump in later, none of that shit. I was investing in 2020. I invested even more in 2021. I signed up for the VIP. I got all the exclusive swing trade. Now, my portfolio good now, dog. I ain't going back. No. Tell that motherfucker I said no. And Jay Powell's like, oh, okay. Why ain't you going back? Oh, because Bitcoin's like 48,000? Oh, okay. Because Ethereum's like 1,500? Oh, okay. Because Cardano's worth a lot, and Ethereum's worth a lot, and VeChain's worth a lot, and VGX is worth a lot. Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. Oh, and your Tesla stock? Oh, you think Elon got your back? You think he's never going to sell it in the future to buy a bitch-ass company like Twitter? You think Elon's got your back, and Apple's going to be okay, and Tesla, and Google, and Microsoft, and all these fucking bitch-ass charging stations, which are still the future, by the way. But the point is, oh, you think that's, you think you're safe now? You think you're safe? Oh, okay. And what about you middle class bitches and upper middle class bitches? You think you're good too? Yeah, because we own our houses, so we have equity in our homes. And as long as we have equity in our homes, we're going to survive this recession. We're going to be okay, all right? Because I bought my home in 2019, and I'm already up 30% since then. I have a gang of equity now. You can't touch me. I bought my home in 2020. I have all the equity in the world now. Oh, okay. Okay. Y'all motherfuckers think y'all could do this to me? Y'all think y'all ain't gonna come back to work for me? Y'all think y'all fucking made it out the plantation and y'all can escape me? What the fuck you think the Federal Reserve told every single one of these motherfuckers all summer long? What do you think he fucking said?
Oh, you motherfuckers. Okay. All right. I'm putting cases on all you bitches. Huh? You think you can do this shit? Jay! You think you can do this to me? You motherfuckers will be playing basketball in Pelican Bay when I get finished with you. Shoe program, nigga. 23-hour lockdown. I'm the man up in this piece. You'll never see the light of day. Who the fuck you think you fucking with? I'm the police. I run shit here. You just live here. Yeah, that's right. You better walk away. Go and walk away, because I'm going to burn this motherfucker down. King Kong ain't got shit on me.
This motherfucker, J. Powell, came out and told us all fucking summer long. He told us in Jackson Hole in September. He told us in October. He told us in November. And now he reminded us in December. He gonna burn this motherfucker down. King Kong ain't got shit on me. He ain't fucking lying, America. He ain't fucking lying. So a lot of these investors, they didn't want to go back to work. A lot of these investors were like, nah, I bought the dips. I got that 10X in my portfolio in 2021. I was riding with the general in 2020. I ride with the VIPs. I ride with the VIP goons. I ride with the VIP soldiers. Nah, I ain't one of them. I ain't spend my money on stupid shit. I ain't spend my money on dumb shit. I ain't spend my money on no raggedy assholes, bolts and modelos. I ain't do that dumb shit. I bought the dip. I bought the investments. I stacked my assets. I ain't do none of that stupid shit. I ain't going back. I ain't going back. And the Fed said, okay. Why you think that? Because you own your home and you think you got a little bit of equity? Because you own some Tesla? Because you own some Apple? Because you own some crypto? Because you own some Bitcoin? You think that's going to save you? You think that's enough? You think you're going to be okay? You think you're going to be alright? You think you're going to survive this motherfucker? So you don't want to go back to work to McDonald's? You don't want to go back to construction? You don't want to go back to Foot Locker? You don't want to go back to Subway? You don't want to go back to driving a cab? You don't want to go back to working on your hands and knees? Okay, we'll see. We'll see. Oh, we're going to see real soon. Oh, you going to learn today. Oh, you going to learn today. And Jay Powell said, look, I get it. You all want to be millionaires. You all want to be multi. You all want to be financially independent. You all want financial freedom. You all want a financial future. You all want to live that life, that best life, that good life, that champagne life, that upper middle room. You want to live that motherfucking nice life. I get it. So does everyone else. But right now we have too many jobs out here in the economy that need to get filled, and we don't have enough people doing them. And we can't have an economy if we don't have enough truck drivers. We can't have an economy. We don't have enough construction workers. We can't have an economy. We don't have enough police officers. We don't have an economy if we don't have enough doctors, nurses, lawyers, paramedics, right? Caregivers. We don't have an economy. We don't have enough teachers. We don't have an economy. We don't have enough fucking Uber drivers. We don't have an economy unless we have a certain amount of people working on their hands and fucking knees. So I get it. You all want to be millionaires. I get it. You all want the Beamer, Benz, or Bentley. I get it. You all want the fucking nice life, nice house, nice wife. You want all that shit. I fucking get it, bro. But not all of you can have it. Some of you can. Some of you can be millionaires. Some of you can be multi-millionaires. Some of you can be that motherfucker. But the problem is not all of you can be that motherfucker. Some of you are going to have to come back to work. Some of you I'm going to have to bring back to the plantation. Now, some of you are going to get away, and you're going to be financially free and financially independent, and you're going to become a millionaire, and then you're probably going to become a multi-millionaire, and then 5-10 years from now, you're going to become a multi-millionaire. And that's okay. I'm willing to let some of you go. I'm willing to let some of you be free. I'm willing to let some of you have the life that you always wanted. And if you're disciplined and you're committed and you're dedicated, by all means, go fucking multi. Go be that motherfucker. Go be that person you always wanted to be. Be the person you were meant to be. Go ahead. But not all of you are going to survive this. Not all of you are going to make it out. Not all of you are going to be free. Some of you, I'm going to run your motherfucking ass down. Some of you, I'm going to chase your bitch ass down. And some of you, I'm going to fucking bring you back and drag your bitch ass back to the fucking plantation where you fucking belong. And I'm going to make you work paycheck to paycheck once again, every single week, every single month, every single year, to the day you fucking die. Because you're never making it out of here alive. Because at the end of the day, everyone can say they want to be a millionaire. But I need a certain amount of motherfuckers working so that the millionaires can enjoy their life. Not everyone can be one. And some of you, the ones who don't have what it takes, I'm going to bring your ass back to fucking work. And that's what the Fed's been trying to tell us all fucking year long. Then you have these other motherfuckers out here talking about, well, nah, I don't have to work those bitch-ass jobs anymore because I have a college education and I have a degree and I have a white-collar job now. I work on Wall Street. I work on Main Street. I work at the bank. I work at the fucking this place. I work at that place. I work in a corporate office now. I don't have to work those jobs. I went to college. And now what do you see all the banks doing? Laying people off. What do you see all the credit unions doing? Laying people off. What do you see every financial institution in the world doing? Laying people off. What do you see all these corporate offices in New York, LA, San Francisco doing? Laying people off. So what happens when all of these white-collar people who work all these nice business suits and they drive the Beamer, Benz, or Bentley to work because they think they made it and they think they have job security, what do you think is going to happen to them if they can't find a replacement job? They're going to take whatever they can, right? So what you're going to see, and again, I hate comparing this to 2008, 2009. Yes, this is a different recession, but yes, it's also still a recession. So even though it's a different kind of recession, don't miss the fucking point. Don't miss the forest from the trees. It's still a fucking recession. It might be a different kind, but it's still a fucking recession. What did you see in 2008, 2009, America? For those of you guys who were working adults back then. Some of you guys are too young to remember this, but I'll fill you in. What you saw in 2008, 2009 that really depressed and shocked a lot of people was you've never seen that many college graduates working at Taco Bell. You never saw that many engineers working at fucking Radio Shack. You never saw that many people with a bachelor's and master's degree working at fucking Walmart making minimum wage. What happens during a recession when unemployment spikes and too many companies go bankrupt or too many companies start doing layoffs all at once, what happens is it becomes very hard for people, even college-educated people, to find a job in their industry. It becomes harder and harder for even college-educated people to find a job in their own sector. That's why a lot of times, a lot of like counselors, guidance counselors, and academic advisors at colleges and universities across the country, right? You know, what they'll always say is, and again, I was a university professor, so I can speak on this. What we always told our students is, sometimes, unfortunately, it doesn't even matter what your degree is in. Sometimes, if you're just getting like a degree, some businesses, some companies don't even care what your degree is in. All they want to know is that you have a degree. So sometimes people will be like, I don't know if I should get my degree in management or my degree in business administration or my degree in marketing or my degree in this. And it's like, bro, unless you have a very, very specific career field, like you want to be a doctor, go to med school. You want to be a lawyer, go to law school. You want to be a nurse, go to nursing school, right? Unless you have something very specific you're trying to do in life, for the most part, most of these employers don't give a fuck what you got your degree in. They don't care what your GPA is and your pinche GPA. Nobody ever asks for your fucking stupid-ass GPA in a fucking job interview. Most employers, and I'm not saying all, but most employers don't give a fuck what your GPA was. Most employers don't give a fuck what college classes you took. Most employers don't give a fuck what your degree is in. All they want to know is that you have a degree on your resume. That's all that fucking matters. What classes you took, or what grades you got, or who your fucking pinche professor was. Ain't nobody got time for that shit. Nobody give a fuck. All they want to know is you got a degree, which means you're reliable, and you're willing to do shit and take shit that, you don't want to do, but you'll do it, and you know how to do it at a high level, and you know how to learn different things at once, and that you're more reliable than the average worker, quote unquote. And as long as you have that college degree, it makes it easier to hire you. And all they want to know is, can you show up to work Monday at 5? You're going to work a fucking 12-hour shift. You're going to work Monday through Friday. You're not going to get paid leave. You're not going to get sick leave. You're not going to get vacation days. I need you to show up to work on time. You're not allowed to leave early. If I ask you to work overtime, your bitch ass better be willing to work overtime. And when I tell you to do something, I expect it done the first time. And I want you to do it the exact same way I tell you to do it. I don't want you to talk back. When I tell you to do something, I want you to do it immediately. When I ask you to jump, I want you to ask me how high. When I snap my fingers, your bitch ass better come running. And when I tell you to shut the fuck up, I want you to shut the fuck up. That's all the employer really wants you to do. Show up to work on time, work late when they want you to work late, no excuses, no showing up late, shut the fuck up when they tell you to shut the fuck up, jump when they tell you to jump, and run when they snap their fingers. As long as you can do those things, they'll hire you in a fucking heartbeat. Because at the end of the day, they're not looking for friends, they're looking for a bitch ass employee. Right? So what happens in a recession when too many, layoffs happen at once and too many job cuts come at once? Well, now all of a sudden, it becomes harder and harder for people to get jobs in their own industry. So what you saw in 0809 and what we teach as college professors is sometimes, unfortunately, it doesn't really matter what your degree is in. As long as you have a degree, it makes it easier to get a job. Does it guarantee you a job? Fuck no. Does it guarantee you a job and what you actually went to school for? Fuck no. But it guarantees you something because it makes it easier for you to get a job compared to someone who only has a high school diploma. And we all know what it is. It's just the fucking truth. So again, unless you're going to school for something very specific, nursing, go to nursing school. Lawyer, go to law school. Doctor, go to fucking med school, right? Unless you're going to school for something very specific, right? For most employers, they don't give a fuck what the degree is in. They just want to know you got one because it makes it easier for them to hire you, right? That's all it really is. But the problem is, again, when recessions hit and you start to see layoffs after layoffs after layoffs after layoffs, and you start to see corporate bankruptcies everywhere like we're witnessing today, what do you think happens to those people who lose their jobs in those industries? Well, if they don't find another job in their industry, guess what they do? They look for a job in another industry. And that's where you get all this chaos in the workforce and the labor markets, where you got people who are engineers, but they're working at Taco Bell. You got people who have a degree in business, marketing or human resources, but they're working at fucking Foot Locker. Because if they can't find a job in their industry, or they're not competitive enough for a job in their industry because they only have a bachelor's, but everyone else has a master's or a PhD, and therefore they're not competitive enough, then guess what they do? They start looking for other jobs because at the end of the day, they can't go too long without work. They need a job. So they start getting jobs at minimum wage places. Foot Locker, Nike, Adidas, Reebok, Dollar Tree, Dollar General, fucking CVS. It doesn't fucking matter. And that's what you saw in 2008, 2009. And I think that's what you're going to start to see next year as well. You're going to start to see people with college degrees who are college educated, and it's going to be very difficult for them to find a job in their current industries. Right? Look at housing. Look at real estate. Look at how many real estate agents are leaving real estate. Is it because real estate is crashing? No. It's because real estate agents are crashing. And they're not making anywhere near as much money as they did in 2021. Right? So all those real estate agents that try to tell you, real estate's fine, it's not going to crash, General, it's not going to crash. Real estate's fine, it's not even down right now, it's doing okay. Real estate's not going to crash, this isn't 0809, it's fine. Real estate's hanging in there, real estate's going to be strong, General, it's going to be strong. Yeah, real estate really hasn't come down a lot, but you want to know what has? Your motherfucking bank account. You want to know what has? Your motherfucking portfolio. You want to know what has? Your way of fucking living. So now a lot of real estate agents, for all that shit they was talking, real estate's going to be fine. Yeah, but you're not, bitch. So guess what? Now all these real estate agents across the country are leaving real estate. Well, guess what? They have a real estate license because they wanted to be a real estate agent. But they don't make enough money as a real estate agent anymore, even though they went to school to be a real estate agent. But if they don't make enough money in this industry, or the real estate company that they work for ends up going bankrupt, or ends up doing layoffs because they don't want to go bankrupt, and all these brokerages and brokers end up fucking going out of work, Well, guess what? They can't find work in their industry. And even if they do, they don't make enough money in their industry because mortgage rates went too high too fast. So what are they going to do? Foot Locker, Nike, Adidas, Reebok, CVS, McDonald's, Burger King, Dollar General, Dollar. You guys see my point? And you're seeing this with engineers, you're seeing this with this and that, and you're seeing with a lot of people in different industries and sectors. They are not making enough money, or they are just not finding any work in their current industries and sectors. So what are they going to do? They're going to go to someone else's industry. They're going to go to someone else's sector. They're going to get that minimum wage job. And now all of a sudden, the people who are working those minimum wage jobs, they get basically priced the fuck out. Because now all these jobs that were meant for high school kids and college dropouts, guess what? Now all the college kids with bachelor's and master's degrees have to go work at Macy's. They have to go work at JCPenney. They have to go work at fucking Ulta Beauty. They have to go work at fucking Nike and Foot Locker. And so next time you go pick up your shoes, guess what? It might be a dude right there with a bachelor's degree in business management. But guess what? He got to work the cash register. Because he can't find a job in corporate America because corporate America is doing nothing but fucking layoffs left and right. So guess what? He said, fuck it, I'll just go work at Foot Locker for now. I'd rather make some money than no money. But the problem is that person that used to work at the register at Foot Locker, guess what? Now he's asked out of a job. He can't find work. Because now all the people that used to work in corporate America, now they're working at fucking minimum wage America. Which means the ones who used to work at minimum wage America, what do? No work, no income, no job. You're fucked. I think that's what you're going to continue to see all of next year. So these motherfuckers, look, I get it. The people that didn't want to invest, they wanted to spend their stimulus and blunts and hoes and modelos and kick it with the homies and fuck some nasty ass hyenas that all the other homies already smashed a million times. They wanted to enjoy their life and live their life and live it to the fullest and enjoy it. They're not going to be young forever. All that bullshit they keep telling themselves to justify never having a savings account. Yeah. Cool. Well, guess what? They were the first ones to go back to the plantation. They were the first ones to go work on their hands and knees. They were the first ones to go back on the fucking ship. Right? But now, there's still not enough people coming back to work and working those minimum wage jobs. There's still a lot of people that just don't want to do those jobs because it's beneath me. I ain't going back. I'm not going to put myself through that again. And the Fed, again, some of you will go out and some of you, right? You know who you are. If you're committed and disciplined and you have the financial means, you're going to go ahead and become a millionaire, right? But then there's a lot of you, I'm just going to call it what it is and be honest, there's fucking a lot of you, right? It's just not going to work out that way. There's a lot of you that, unfortunately, your portfolio isn't going to be big enough to withstand the pain. And if you end up losing your job or you end up getting your hours cut back at work and you can't find a replacement job, soon, you're going to have to start selling what's in your portfolio to survive. And the more you sell what's in your portfolio to survive, the longer it's going to take you to retire because the more it's going to push you back in life. Because again, America, early retirement, financial freedom, financial independence, everything we talk about on this podcast, it's not about how old you are. It's about how disciplined you are. It's about how committed you are. It's about how dedicated you are. Financial freedom isn't about age. It's about money. I know some people who are 50 I know some people that didn't become a millionaire until they were 50. But I know some people who became a millionaire at 40. And I know some people who became a millionaire at 30. And I know some millionaires who are millionaires at 25. And I know a millionaire right now in this country, my favorite young millionaire, Nathan, California, who's a millionaire at 24. Financial freedom, financial independence, it's not about age. It's about discipline, dedication, commitment. It's about you. It's about money. It's about who has it and who doesn't. As Sherwin likes to say, it's about the haves and the have-nots. It is what it is. America, I'm not here to tell you the way the world should be. I'm here to tell you the world motherfucking is. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, they're not going to stop whooping that ass. They're not going to stop killing this market. They're not going to stop crashing this economy. And they're not going to start murdering Wall Street. They're going to continue to increase interest rates. There is no pause. There is no pivot, right? There is none of that bullshit. There is only higher for longer. And there's only more interest rate hikes on the way. And because of that, you're going to continue to see more layoffs. You're going to continue to see more job cuts. And then eventually you're going to get to the point where the only jobs who are available are the high-end jobs like nursing and doctors and firefighters and things of that, because we always need those people in the economy. And then there's the other jobs. It's going to be the fucking McDonald's. It's going to be Jack in the Box. It's going to be Subway. It's going to be Foot Locker. Nobody wants to do those jobs. But when a recession gets worse and worse, and those are the only places that are hiring, eventually, guess what happens? People say fuck it and they go back. And that's why I think you're in this war zone right now with a lot of middle class and upper middle class Americans and a lot of investors who they don't want to pull money out of their homes because they know that if they keep pulling money out of their homes, eventually they're going to reach a limit. And then if they're forced to sell their home later, that's going to really fuck them in the end. You have a lot of investors, they don't want to sell their Bitcoin. They don't want to sell their Ethereum. They don't want to sell their Cardano. They don't want to sell their charging stations. They don't want to sell their Tesla stock. They don't want to sell their Apple stock. They don't want to sell their Amazon stock, especially right now that's down 50%. Nobody wants to sell it because A, you believe it's going to be worth a fuck ton more in the future. We all know what the future of Tesla is 5 to 10 years from now. We all know Amazon's not going anywhere. We know Apple's not going away. We know Microsoft, Google, ChargePoint, Nvidia, AMD. We all know they're the fucking future. And we all know they're going to 10x and 20x and 30x moving forward, right? But at the same time, like, if you're going to sell, nobody wants to sell now because it's down so much. You're like, fuck. Not only do I have to sell because I need the money, but then on top of that, I have to sell it for like a 50, 60, 70% loss. Fuck that shit, I'll just hold on. But the Fed doesn't want you to hold on. The Fed wants you to give up. The Fed wants you to go back to work. And now investors have a choice to make. Sell everything in my portfolio to survive, or just say, fuck it, go back to work, but at least I get to keep my portfolio. And any extra money I make when I go back to work, I can just keep using that money to buy more and more stocks. So that way, when they stop raising interest rates, and they start cutting interest rates and everything starts to moon again and explode again, I think that probably happens end of 2023, early 2024, right? Because by then I think the economy is already in a full-blown recession and or they want Biden to, get reelected. And it's easy to get reelected when you're dropping interest rates and you're starting to make stocks and crypto explode. Everyone's happy again and they forget all the bullshit you put them through. This is life, right? So I think by the end of 2023, early 2024, that, rates will start to come down. And the Fed will start to pivot and the Fed will start to cut rates, right? But that's end of 2023, early 2024. That's 12 months away. I'm talking about what are you going to do tomorrow? What are you going to do next week? What are you going to do next month? You see my point? And so I think if you're working now and you have disposable income, I would use that disposable income and I would either save it, I would either invest it, or I would use it to fix your stank ass fucking credit score. Right? Because I think those three things matter. Save some money, invest some money, and fix your stank-ass credit score with your money. Right? If you're not working and you're just holding the line and you're just trying to do you, keep your expenses low. Keep your expenses minimal. Because this will pass. 12 months seems like a long time. It's really not. Biden's been president for 2 years. It feels like he was just going against Trump just yesterday. It feels like we were locking down the economy just last year. Time fucking flies. So if you're holding the line and you don't want to go back to work, that's fine. But you better make sure your expenses are so low that you don't need to sell anything in your portfolio. Because otherwise you're just fucking your future you. And everyone else, to all my soldiers out there in the trenches, to all my soldiers out there in the war zone, to all my soldiers out there on the fucking battlefield tonight listening to me every single day, riding and listening to the general when you work every single day, for that bitch-ass supervisor at that bitch-ass company, for all of my fucking coyotes, for all of my fucking narco corridos, for all of my construction workers, for all of my truck drivers, for all of my real estate agents, for all of my fucking, teachers, for everyone who's listening to me out there in America, whether you're working minimum wage or not, whether you have a full-time job or a part-time job, whether you're trying to make it or you're going through some bullshit in life right now, to everyone out there who's listening to me tonight and they're just working and they're just grinding and they're just trying to invest everything they can and they might not make a lot of money, but fuck it, they're going to try to do the most with their money. For all of you guys listening to me tonight, ladies and gentlemen, this is a fucking battlefield. This is a fucking war zone. I need you to listen to your general. I need you to make sure you stop spending your money on stupid shit. You keep your expenses low. You keep the payments low. You save your money. Stop going out on the weekends with your stupid ass homies. Stop trying to spend money on stupid shit. Keep your fucking expenses low. If you have disposable income, you already know what to do with it. Load up the AKs, load up the fucking triggers, and you need to invest it, you need to save it, and you need to fix your fucking credit. Because at the end of the day, You're never going to get a home loan if you got 500 credit anyways. You see my point? So everyone wants to take advantage of this fucking real estate crash that's supposed to happen. Okay, what do I always tell you, America? Real estate can crash tomorrow. If your credit score sucks and you don't qualify for a home loan, is it really going to make a difference? No, it won't. Some of you guys are just drowning in credit card debt. Some of you guys keep maxing out your credit card debt. Some of you guys don't stop using your fucking credit card debt. Stop fucking yourself. Fix your credit, kill your debt, lower your expenses, buy the dips, stay focused, stay committed, stay disciplined. And to all of my VIP subscribers listening to me tonight, I want you guys to keep shorting the market. Because we've done nothing but make money all fucking year shorting this market. And VIP subscribers right now tonight are making more money now than we've ever made in the entire fucking year. Our portfolios continue to skyrocket. Our portfolios continue to compound. And we are stacking fucking money. VIPs, keep shorting everything. Because this fucking market is far from done. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the battlefield. This is the war zone. This is what I tried to warn you about. This is what I tried to tell you about. This is what I told you was going to fucking happen. And next year it's only going to get worse. More layoffs, more job cuts, more fucking bullshit. Ladies and gentlemen, prepare for fucking war. Ladies and gentlemen, prepare for fucking freedom. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening to the one, the only motherfucking general. Magallon Entertainment! And to Bob's bitch ass who's listening to me tonight, I just want you to know, bitch, I knew you were going to do this all along. I told my VIPs and my clients that you were going to do this from the fucking beginning. So you can keep destroying this economy. You can keep destroying this market. But my clients and my VIPs, you're just making our bank accounts go higher every single month. So keep doing it. Because we already know what you're about to do before anyone else does. And now, the bears are free at last.
Yeah. I'm out here for real, dick. You heard me? Audible. Pronto. I got it coming in pronto. Stuff in the check in the console. Then throw the Lambo in launch mode. Release the things that'll keep me back. Cut off my hoe, now I'm free at last. Want me to be fake, can't agree with that. Having my way, now I'm free at last. Yeah. Having my way, now I'm free at last. Having my way, now I'm free at last. Pronto. I got them coming in pronto. Stuff in the check in the console. Then throw the Lambo in launch mode. I look at everybody around me different. I know agendas always probably hidden. Bread runner sticking to the mission. Depression to dissipate while doing fitness. I come from cooked dope over crack stoves, clutching fishing poles in the kitchen. Open doors come from dealing lows, trying to hit the road in the Bentley. I'm making progress. I cannot digress. Dicking your bitch to become for the digest. My heart done got colder, but I done got stronger. Shout out to Pirates. She just showed me a twin sister. I'm a general. I wanna try that. Dior shopping, Bryson popping, stop it, walking it, body. Go in the studio, make me a movie. Pressure applied it. Lawn service cutting grass, 100-yard days, thumbing through a bag, pay a law 10 kilograms, saying letter to my fans, catch me if you can, transform that to a half a man, Afghanistan, you wouldn't understand how I'm really living. I had it bad when I went to prison. Chris Brown diamonds won't stop shining, car grab dance on me when they glisten. I'm on the grind and I crunch it out. I'm bout slinging iron and I punch it out. Get out of line, I'ma punch it out. Pronto, I got it coming in pronto. Stuff in the check in the console. Then throw the Lambo in launch mode. Release the things that'll keep me back. Cut off my hoe, now I'm free at last. Want me to be fake, can't agree with that. Having my way, now I'm free at last. Yeah, having my way, now I'm free at last. Having my way, now I'm free at last. Pronto, I got them coming in pronto. Stuff in the check in the console. Then throw the Lambo Lambo in launch mode. Have you ever had to steal and rob? Illegal firearms in a uniform, distributing while you work a job. Still feeling stupid, bumming for a ride. Catching a bus for it. Still unemployed, got this out the mud for it. Fuck about a love story. This make you really want to pray for a love, don't you? This a new situation. Off-white socks come by the case. Lemon pepper sushi, I'm kicking flavor. Elongated tees, out of big fragrance. Smell good, that's the sin of a gangster. Pedicure, manicure, I get tailored. Peak of eloquence, don't gotta say it. Not human, baby, I am amazing. Foreign bro, I treat her like my strap. Grip her hard, throw the clip in her back. Hey, this ain't no carbon copy. Partner body, don't embody the heart of Bryson. I'm where the reaper dwell. Pursuit of perfection, this ain't been no easy trail. I'm a young millionaire on a Seattle island surrounded by billionaires. Still level competition. I met a chick who a big walking contradiction. Met me a yoga coach and she a vegan. I say she ate meat, but she eating my pink. She sucking on me and she freaking, she squirting. If we have a threesome, I'm purchasing purses. Louis Chanel to her mans of the Birkin. I piss off a man and I done it on purpose. Pronto, I got it coming in pronto. Stuffing the check in the console. Then throw the Lambo in launch mode. Release the things that'll keep me back. Cut off my hoe, now I'm free at last. Want me to be fake, can't agree with that. Having my way, now I'm free at last. Yeah, having my way, now I'm free at last. Having my way, now I'm free at last. Pronto, I got them coming in pronto. Stuffing the check in the console. Then throw the Lambo in launch mode.
You know what's game changing?